My name is Dan Ryan. I'm your host with the Human Capital Connection here on the Social Media Connection Broadcast Network. It's a pleasure to have you back with us again today. What I'd like to do is to talk today about why, when, and how you might ever want to work with a recruiter. This will be suitable both for you as a job seeker or if you happen to be a business leader. I think there could be some information here that would be of value to you. In order to understand the perspective that I will bring, let me tell you a little bit more about my background. Before I got into the human resources or human capital field, I spent the first part of my career working in operations management and manufacturing. My original degree is in electrical engineering. Having recovered from being in an engineering career, I then moved into the human capital or human resources field, spending time in nonprofit and also in public sector engineering. For the last 3 years, I've been with the Human Capital Group, a fully retained executive search and leadership consulting firm based in the Nashville, Tennessee area. My work predominantly is with leaders in technology, and considering that my background is someone with a technological background who does leadership, I think it's a very comfortable spot for me, which really touches upon one of the first points that I think you should consider in working with a recruiter. Any recruiter needs to have a niche or a specialization. If you are wanting to work with a recruiter, you need to understand what is that person's expertise, what is their know-how, what are the industries they work in, what levels of people do they work with. If anyone comes and tells you as a recruiter that they can handle any role at any time with any firm, I would be a little suspect about that kind of information. Working with recruiters is something that you should be involved with or aware of at any point in your career, even if you're not seeking a job. If you're very happy in your current role and a recruiter happens to call, it could still be a good contact point, a good networking opportunity for you to get to know recruiters who represent certain parts of the country, certain industries, or certain levels of expertise. If you're a business owner, there are valid reasons to use recruiters to help you with your business. Firms, in everything that they do, have to make a choice. Will we have expertise within the firm, or will we decide to buy expertise in some area? Recruiting is an area where many firms choose to buy their expertise. The other thing you need to know, either as a business owner or as a job seeker, is what type of search work does a certain recruiter do? There are 2 or 3 general types, and I'd like to give you a brief description of those types. Let me start with what I would call the staffing or contract level of recruiting. Firms that work in the contract or staffing area typically are helping individuals who are looking for part-time or part-time to full-time type opportunities. Many firms have defined roles that maybe are only available for a particular period of time. And on the other side, job seekers, many people now are considering themselves as free agents, and they may be looking for a role that is of fixed duration. So if you're looking for that kind of opportunity, either as a job seeker or as someone who's looking for talent, know that the firm you're working with has that kind of expertise. The second kind of firm in the recruiting world is what I would call the contingent search firm. A contingent search firm may work on multiple roles at one time, and a contingency recruiter typically will not be paid until the individual they represent is hired by the firm. The other thing that can happen in the contingency world is that if a firm decides that they want to use several contingency recruiters, they could have 3 or 4 or even more contingency recruiters all seeking the same type of talent in the same area at the same time. This could, on occasion, become confusing for individuals who are candidates because they may get calls from more than one location telling them about the same job with the same firm. Another type of recruiter is the executive search consultant or the retained search consultant. A retained search firm is one that is the sole representative on a certain job with a given organization. At the Human Capital Group, all of the work that we do is fully retained work. What that means is that when a client retains us, we become almost as another part of the firm, and it's very important for us to understand the culture, the background, the history, every part of what the firm does, so that when we go and talk to sources of information or potential candidates know that we are an ambassador, the sole ambassador of the organization. Even if you're not looking for work, or even if your firm is not looking to hire someone, maintaining relationships with recruiters can be very positive for you. Reputable recruiters are worth their weight in gold. For me, I look at recruiters like I look at cars. I'm a Honda guy, and the reason I like Hondas is because they're reliable, and they get the job done, and they don't make a lot of noise. I think recruiters should be the same way. I think recruiters certainly should push back when a firm is maybe asking for something that's not realistic. I think also a recruiter needs to be there, get the job done, and if they do that in a very effective way and they're viewed as being very dependable, very trustworthy, then I think that's the kind of relationship that both the firm and the candidate would like to have. So again, here on the Human Capital Connection, my intent is to bring you information, bring you resources, bring you experts that can help you understand aspects about attracting, retaining, and developing those human capital assets that make your firm successful. So again, my name is Dan Ryan, signing off with the Human Capital Connection here on the Social Media Connection Broadcast Network. Have a great day.